All right, Lady Bruins hockey fans, we are live here from Family Sports Center in Centennial, Colorado, where this is playoff hockey semifinal round. Your Lady Bruins will face off against the Lady Coyotes from Monarch. Lady Coyotes will be the visiting team here today in the black jerseys with the gold trim. Your Lady Bruins in the home white jerseys with the blue trim. And Lady Bruins have a cheering section here with the JV Bruins team here to cheer them on. So this is win or go home here for both teams. I expect some intensity here this evening from Family Sports Center. This is a physical Monarch team. And I'll be curious to see how the Bruins answer it here this evening. That has been the challenge this season for Lady Bruins against the Lady Coyotes of Monarch. And we'll get warm-ups out of the way here. Actually, pretty good crowd out here this evening. If this doesn't get the girls pumped up, I don't know what will. All right, Bruins coming off a 1-1 tie Thursday night against the Lady Sabercats at Castleview. Bruins with a 17-23-5 record on the season coming into tonight. Whatever girls team comes out of this weekend, they'll play at Nationals here the last weekend in March. But again, for those of you just joining us, it's win or go home for both teams here. We'll just check our camera angles here as we got less than a minute to go of warm-ups. And so far, feed looks good. Please, somebody send me a message if it doesn't, but so far, so good. 6.5 minutes into the broadcast. Looks like we got a good feed, and we should be able to bring it to you here this evening. All right, Bruins captain down there getting her, Layla Brewer, getting her Bruins pumped for today's game. Bruins have faced off against the Lady Coyotes of Monarch twice this season. 3-0 and a 4-1 loss, or 3-1 and a 4-0 loss, I believe. Hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. And the words, to quote Happy Gilmore, this one's for all the marbles. So let's see what the Bruins have here this evening. My hope is the Bruins get off to a fast start. Keys to the game, get off to a fast start. Maybe get the Monarch down 1-0. And then see what happens. See if the Lady Coyotes start to press. So for the Bruins, Bozier in net. We'll start off with McDonald, Brewer, Gray, Losewitz, McCormick out here now, ready to get things underway. Bruins bench obviously into it. You can hear it from the sound. We'll see how it translates to the ice. And we're ready to get things underway here. Puck drop in just a moment. Losewitz here to take the draw. Losewitz takes a draw. One there by the Coyotes. Brought into the zone. Shot. Blocker to side by Bozier. Picked up there. The far boards by Gray. Gray outlets to Losewitz. Losewitz loses it in her skates. Gray picks it up now. McCormick drops. Losewitz shot. Pad saved by the goaltender. Good shot there by Losewitz to start. McCormick fights through a check there. Back to the point. Brewer sends it in deep. And puck comes out to center ice. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald up ahead. Off the stick of Losewitz. Picked up there by McCormick. McCormick plays it in the zone. Bruins will get a change there. Coyotes will go back to pick it up in their own zone. And played up ahead, picked up there. Goster to the line and out. Zaworski steps that now. Zeng has it. Zeng, Zaworski, and looks like Leeser out there. On the second line, Goster and Jennings on the back end. Picked off there, Leeser across to Zaworski. Zaworski shot, rebound out front off the stick of Zeng. Zeng tied up there, trying to get the rebound back to Goster. Goster shot wide of the net. Back to the point, Jennings steps up and puck's played out to center, back into the Bruins zone. Goster will pick it up there. Goster skates with it. Goster leaves there for Jennings. Goster now back to Jennings. And I understand the feed is already starting to lag. Do the best we can here, guys, on the Wi-Fi. And at the center, icing's waved off. Jennings will go back there to pick it up. Jennings leaves there for Osborne. Osborne takes it wide. Bodied off the puck there. DeFelice in on the forecheck. Back to the point. Zeng picks it up now. Zeng behind the net. Centers out front through the slot. Dangerous chance there. Bruins have some juice. Tony plays it in. It's DeFelice into the zone. Picked up there by the Coyotes. And out to center. Puck rolls in. Bozier plays it wide. Jones plays it up the near boards here. Coyotes get possession. In the zone. They work it across. Played up to the line. Shot towards the net. That goes wide. And Fryer taken off the boards along the far side there. Jones up the near boards. Out of the reach of Arnold. Arnold able to get it out though. Arnold goes with it. And it's picked off there by Fryer. Fryer plays it back into the Coyote zone. But that didn't get the red line, so that'll be an icing. Face-off will come back into the Bruin zone here. .11:08 here to go, first period. Face off in the Bruin zone. Losowitz here to take the draw. Losowitz takes a draw. Won by the Coyotes. Shot on net. Saved by Bozier. Played up ahead and out. It's going to come all the way down. It'll roll in on net, so icing's waved off. Gray digs it out there. Gray, McCormick, Losowitz. Brewer, McDonald out there now. Back to the point. McDonald tries to play it in deep. That's off a skate. Back into the Bruins zone. Bruins will regroup there. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald behind her own net. Up ahead to Losowitz. Losowitz loses a handle. Tries to leave from McDonald. Brewer up ahead to Gray. Gray up and out to center ice. And Coyotes will play it right back in. Coyotes like to play a dump and chase physical game. Picked up there by Brewer. Brewer, the head of steam. Brewer, shot towards the net. That goes wide. It's steered aside by the goaltender. Picked up there by the Coyotes. Coyotes walk it in. Shot, steered aside by Bozier. Easy save there by Bozier. Puck's thrown out front, in the skates. Picked off there by McDonald for a moment. Now McCormick plays it ahead. Icing's waved off here. Bruins will get a change behind the play as the Coyotes regroup in their own zone. Stolen there by Zaworski. Zaworski shot up high and over the net. That was a chance the Bruins were looking for. And it's picked up there by McDonald. Coyotes pick it off now. Zaworski plays it ahead. Zaworski into the zone. McDonald pinches there. Zaworski tries to leave from McDonald. And the Coyotes are going to play that all the way down. We'll get an icing here with 9:10 here to play, first period. Face off in the Coyote zone. Good start here for your Bruins. Zeng, Zaworski, Leeser, Gosler, Jennings out there now. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng wins the draw. Gosler pinches. Coyotes play it up ahead. Jennings ties the player up. Puck's played into the zone. Coyotes try and center it out front. Broken up by the stick of Zaworski. And back to the point. Shot. Saved by Bozier through traffic. Saved by Bozier out front. Big save there by Bozier. On the hard shot off the end board. Zeng brings it in. Plays it across to Zaworski. Zaworski in on the forecheck. Picked off there. Zeng towards the net. Shot on net. Rebound. Goes through the skates of Gosler. Picked up there by Wessel. Wessel will skate with it now. Wessel takes it wide. Wessel centers out front. It's broken up by the defensive Monarch though. And puck's played around behind the net, up along the far boards. Stolen there, Osborne can't get it off her stick. DeFelice picks it up. DeFelice, high shot, and Coyotes come back the other way. Russell steps up though. Into the zone, shot. Jones gets a stick on it, that goes wide. Out into the slot, saved by Bozier. Wessel, she'll force a player wide. Wessel, nice job using the body there. Up ahead and out to center ice. Coyotes will try and catch the Bruins on a change here. Bruins couldn't get everybody off. Shot blocked down by Jones. Shot, blocker to side. King picks it up now. King up the near boards. Stolen there by the Coyotes. Jones plays it up and held in at the line by the Coyotes. McDonald out there now. McDonald spins with it. And played out to center. Coyotes, Fryer ties up with a player there. And the Coyotes will have to regroup. That'll allow the Bruins to finish their change. Fryer steals it there for a moment. Player goes by Arnold. Brings it into the zone. Taken off the stick by McDonald. McDonald with the defensive stick there. Picked up there now by Fryer. Fryer tries to play it ahead. King gets it. King tries to dump it. Fryer plays it back. And Coyotes will look to break back the other way. Coyotes are going to miss on that entry pass. And that should be an icing, and it is. So Coyotes looking for the stretch pass there early. 5:55 here to go, first period. Face-off will be in the Coyote zone of the right of the Coyote goaltender. Brewer, McDonald back out there now. Losowitz, Gray, McCormick out there. Losowitz to center this line. McCormick on the right, Gray on the left. Losowitz here to take the draw, wins it back to Gray, shot towards the net, that's steered wide. Coyotes pick it up there. Bruins in hard on the puck. Losowitz leaves there for Gray. Puck pops to the slot. McCormick shot on net, nice save by the Coyote goaltender there. And puck comes out the center, one-on-one as they hit the line. Shot off the post. McDonald plays it ahead. Sorry, that was Gray playing it ahead. Coyotes are off sides. They got a touch up now. And McDonald will pick it up. McDonald on the rush here. McDonald with a head of steam. It's Gray. Stick handles through one. Gray tries to center it out front. Puck's loose in front, and a save by the goaltender. So good first period start. Good energy here for your Bruins to start this game. 5:08 here to go first period. Face will be in the zone. Look at a wholesale change. Zeng out here centering Zaworski and Leeser. Jennings and Goster on the back end. Zeng to take the draw. Back to the point. Hops the stick of Goster. Goster's going to have to hurry here. Opportunity here. Save. Puck goes just wide. Bozier made the initial save. Puck's loose in front, and Bozier will hold and cover. So Bruins dodge a bullet there. You will see pressure all game from this Coyotes team. Zeng again to take the draw, defensive zone draw here. Goster plays it up the far boards. Leeser plays it out front. Zeng picks it up now. Zeng tries to go ahead to Zaworski. And they're offsides at the line. Could have been interference, but we'll let it go. This is playoff hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Let the players decide the game, not the officials. Osborne here to take the draw. Played ahead. Coyotes pick it up. Jennings picks it up there. And Coyotes play it into the zone. Goster now will pick it up. Goster up ahead. Center, throw it out in front of our own net. And steered aside by Bozier. Played it into the Coyote zone. Now back out to center, back into the Bruins zone. Osborne plays across, up ahead with Tony. Tony tries to play it. Take it off. And Wessel off the bench. Rubs a player off there, up ahead to the line, not out. Held in by the Coyotes. Shot on net, saved by Bozier. Puck's loose on net, saved by Bozier, and we'll get a cover. McCormick, Losowitz, Gray out there now. Jones and Wessel. You can tell the intensity's picking up. Losowitz to take the draw, wins it back to Jones. Jones goes across to Gray. Gray off the boards, up ahead. Losowitz tripped up there, off the stick of McCormick. Back to center. Jones plays it ahead into the Coyote zone. Coyotes will regroup there. They look to break it out. Picked up there by Jones. Jones goes immediately across to Wessel. Wessel sidesteps one. Brewer off the bench now. Icing's waved off on the tip. Brewer go back there to pick it up. Brewer in her own zone. Brewer plays it up the boards. Held in there by the Coyotes. They muscle towards the front of the net. Saved by Bozier. Losowitz knocked down there. Puck comes loose. Now back to the point. Shot towards the net. Rolls in on Bozier and a save and a cover. 2:39 here to go. First period. All right, audio is off. Coyotes win it back to the point. Shot towards the net. Up ahead. Wessel steps up now. Wessel from her deep position tries to play it across. Wessel across to Tony. McDonald now up ahead. DeFelice, McDonald shot. Blocked down, never made it to the net. Out to center ice, McDonald intercepts there. McDonald with a head of steam. McDonald shot. That goes just wide of the net. Goaltender didn't react. DeFelice out front to Gray. That goes off a stick. McDonald steals. Losowitz shot towards the net. That goes wide. Gray, and that'll do it for one period of play. Good first period here by your Lady Bruins. At the end of one, we are scoreless. Both teams trading blows here in the first period. So probably one of the better periods of hockey I've seen so far to your Lady Bruins this season, ladies and gentlemen. You could tell they understand everything is on the line here. As they have sold out the body this first period, skating hard. But good first period of hockey here for your Bruins. This is playoff hockey, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be tight. Everybody's selling out, giving everything they have. And I'll be honest with you, against a better team, this is where you want to be after one. 0-0 against the Coyotes of Monarch. Zhang, Zaworski, Leeser. Jennings, Gostner here. Zhang to take the draw to start the second period. Wins it back up ahead to Jennings. Out of the reach of Leeser. Leeser tries to play it in deep. Picked off there by the Coyotes. Gostner steps up. Gostner leaves there. Throws out front for Zaworski. She's tied up out front. And Coyotes steal it, come back the other way. Icing's waved off on the deflection. Gostner goes back there to retrieve. Coyotes get possession though. They center it out front. Top of the dot, shot. That's off the glove of Bozier. I don't know that she saw it, but she made the save. That's all you ask of your goaltender at this point. Zaworski ties it up. Shot on net, saved by Bozier. Back to the slot. That's blocked down by Zhang. Zhang plays it ahead. That should be a body check. I don't know what we're doing here, as the Coyotes seem to finish every single check. In case you don't know, checking not allowed. Body checking not allowed in women's hockey, but apparently they're going to let them play here. Bruins have to recognize that. Picked up now by the Coyotes. Coyotes in their own zone. They'll look to work it out. Coyotes get the red line, now the blue line. They walk it in. Shot, saved by Bozier. Shot, puck's loose. And Bozier's able to cover. Defensive zone draw here. Osborne to take the draw out there with Tony DeFelice. Osborne wins the draw. Played down low. Jones tries to play it ahead. Tied up there, picked up there by DeFelice. DeFelice cross ice. And Coyotes play it back in. And deep. Picked up there by Wessel. Wessel spin with it. Wessel. Taking off the puck. Wessel gets a cross check. And we got a penalty coming up here on the Coyotes. Power play coming up here for your Lady Bruins. We'll bring the face-off back in the Coyote zone. So it's a cross check on the Lady Coyotes with 13:04. Losowitz, McDonald up high. Gray to take the draw out there with Leeser and Zaworski. Gray to take the draw. Back to McDonald. Back to Losowitz. Losowitz tries to go cross ice. And stolen there by the Coyotes. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald fights through a hook. McDonald skate with it. McDonald near boards up ahead to Zaworski. And played all the way back into the Bruins zone. McDonald goes back there to pick it up. McDonald with Losowitz. Losowitz up ahead to Zaworski. Zaworski to McDonald. Up ahead, Leeser. Leeser plays it off of Monarch Coyote player body and in. And Coyotes have a player coming out behind the play. Leaking a player out short-handed. They are able to get there before McDonald. McDonald battles. Centered out front. Shot, puck's loose in front, and a save by Bozier. Minute to go here in the Bruin power play. 12:03 here to go in the period. Goster, Brewer, Goster and Jennings on the back end. Brewer, McCormick, Zeng up front. Zeng here to take the defensive zone draw. Zeng wins the draw. Back to Goster. Bruins just got to be quicker to the puck. This Coyotes team is not going to let up. Played up ahead to McCormick. McCormick up ahead. Off the backhand of Brewer. Brewer centers it out front. And puck's played out to center. Jennings will pick it up there in her own zone. Regroups up ahead at Goster. Goster taking off the puck. Coyotes get the blue line, play it across. But the Coyotes are going to throw it in. They're going to throw it in off sides. So we're going to face off outside the zone here. 26 seconds to go in the Bruin power play. 11:30 here to go in the period. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng wins it back up ahead to Jennings. Jennings plays it ahead. Bruins just need to net one here and get these Coyotes on their heels. Dug out there, McCormick. McCormick plays it ahead to Jennings. Picked off there by the Coyotes, and now leave it near side. And play it in deep. That's going to do it for the power play. Picked up there, Jennings. Jennings over to Goster. Goster up ahead to Zeng. Zeng has to take it off her stick. Stolen there by the Coyotes. Shot on net. Saved by Bozier. Glove save. .10:49 here to go, second period. We're still knotted at 0. Osborne, Tony, DeFelice out there, Jones and Wessel. Osborne here to take the draw. Osborne loses the draw, back to the point. Shot on it, saved by Bozier. Kick to the corner. Jones plays ahead to DeFelice over her stick. Back to the point. Shot towards the net, blocked down by Wessel. And Coyotes will work it back to the point. Coyotes shot towards the net. That goes wide. near side here. Tony towards the net. Coyotes pick it up there. Coyotes look to center it out front. Now they go back to the point. Shot through traffic. That misses wide towards the net. Picked up there by Jones. Backhanded up to the point. Blocked down there by Osborne. And picked off there by Tony and played out to center. Bruins will get a couple players off here. It's a long change period. Out to center. Jones plays it across. And back into the Coyote zone. Coyotes will leave behind there. Losowitz, McCormick. Jones and Wessel still out there as they could not get off on a long change. Shot towards the net. That goes wide. Picked up there by Wessel. Wessel has it now behind her own net. Wessel works it up. DeFelice up ahead to the line. And that comes out to center. McCormick here in on the forecheck. McCormick ties up with a player there. That allows the Bruins to get their defense off. Losowitz digs it out. McCormick now. McCormick battles. Has to take it off her stick. Puck comes near side. Picked up near boards by Gray. Gray tries to center it out front. And flipped out to center. And all the way down by the Coyotes. Icing's waved off. Picked up there by Brewer. Brewer up ahead. Coyotes able to hold it in the line, in the zone. Battle along the boards there. And chipped out to center by McCormick. Played up ahead, stolen there by McDonald. McDonald with the steal. McDonald walks it to the middle, drops to Losowitz. Losowitz tries to get back to her forehand. McDonald, or sorry, it was Gray, backhand attempt towards the net. Zaworski throws it out front to McDonald. Backhand attempt, shot, puck's loose at the side of the net. And a save by the goaltender. Bruins pressing here. Brewer shot towards the net. That gets knocked out of the way, and so does Gray. Picked up there, McDonald out front to Gray. McDonald shot towards the net. And picked off there by the Coyotes. Played back into the Bruins zone. Brewer go back there to pick it up. Brewer plays it ahead. Icing's waved off as the player walked right by it. Leeser in on the forecheck. Leeser gets taken down. Picked up McDonald now. McDonald out front to Zaworski. Just threw it in her skates. And puck comes out to center. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald up ahead. Picked off there by the Coyotes. And the Coyotes happy to take an icing here. 7:17 here to go, second period. Tied at 0. Bruins putting the pressure on, though, with a couple grade A scoring opportunities. The Coyote goaltender stands tall to the task at hand, though. Zeng here to take the draw. Zeng to take the draw. Back to Jennings. Jennings plays it in deep. Zeng will go pick it up there. Zeng throws it through the slot. Past the stick of Zaworski. Back to the point. Jennings. Stolen there. Leeser steps up now. Jennings plays it in deep. Zaworski now works it back to the line. Back to Leeser. Hopping puck though. She couldn't one-time that one. And Coyotes bring it back into the Bruins zone. They enter the zone. 2-on-5. Nice job getting back by the Bruins. Up ahead to Leeser. Leeser near boards. Backhand attempt out to center. Gosner fights through a hook there. And Coyotes come back the other way. Shot wide of the net. Off the stick of Jennings. Centered out front now. Zaworski just plays it all the way down. That'll be an icing. So we're going to face off here in the Bruins zone. Defensive zone draw coming up here. 6:04 to go, second period. Osborne, DeFelice Tony out there now. Osborne to take the draw. Wessel and Jones on the back end. Osborne here to take the draw. Wins it back to Jones. Played up the near side. Wessel up ahead. Bruins now able to clear. Brought back into the zone. Tony plays it ahead to DeFelice. Picked off there. Jones goes across to Wessel immediately. Wessel, she'll jump up into the play. Wessel on the rush. Wessel takes it wide. Wessel centers the puck out front. And it's taken away there by the Coyotes. Coyotes play it back into the zone. Jones will go back there. Jones plays it up ahead. DeFelice and out of the zone. Smart play there by the Bruins. And Coyotes regroup now. Coyotes bring it into the zone. Tied up there. Picked up DeFelice. DeFelice just chips it back out to center ice. Coyotes will go back there to pick it up. And Coyotes bring it back into the zone. Shot wide of the net. Picked up there by McCormick. Played back into the zone. McDonald now has it. McDonald goes up ahead to Gray. Gray. Shot off a shin guard of the Monarch defender. Dug out there. Losewitz. Losewitz walks it behind the net. Losewitz works it back to the point. Brewer. Brewer. Shot and goal! Brewer gives the Bruins a 1-0 lead here early on with 4:40 here to go. Second period. I don't think the goaltender ever saw it as she did not react. Bruins go up 1-0. 4:40 here to go, second period. Layla Brewer, captain, oh my captain, with the first goal of the game. Losewitz here to take the draw, wins it back to McDonald. McDonald plays it ahead. Losewitz taking off her stick. Gray picks it up now. Gray gets the red line. And McDonald steps up. McDonald brings him into the zone. And we're going to get Gray is going to go for an interference here. So Coyotes to the power play here with 4:24 here to go, first period. Bruins up 1-0. This is not a Coyote team you want to put on the power play. They have a lot of skilled players out there. Jennings, Gosler, Zeng, and Zaworski out there for this kill. Zeng to take the draw. Zeng wins it back, and puck's played all the way down and out to center. Back into the Coyote zone. Zaworski in on the forecheck. Coyotes enter the zone. Shot. And a save by Bozier. Bozier good with the glove there. Keeps this a 1-0 Bruin game. 4:04 here to go. Minute 40 here to go in the kill. Zeng again to take the draw. In the Bruins defensive zone. Zeng wins the draw. Back to the point. Hops the stick of the Coyote defender. Zaworski in hard on the forecheck. And picked up there by the Coyotes. Coyotes will enter the zone. Shot blocker to side by Bozier. Back to the point. They'll work at far side now. Shot through traffic and gloved and held by Bozier. Bozier been really good so far here this evening. Brewer, McDonald, McCormick, Osborne out there now. Osborne, I believe, will take the draw. Draw one there by the Coyotes, but Brewer picks it up and plays it out to center. Coyotes will have to regroup here in the neutral zone. They dump it in deep. McDonald will go back there to pick it up. McDonald hard off the boards. Over the stick of McCormick. Puck's played down low. Brewer, nice body positioning there. Plays it up and out the center. Coyotes will have to regroup now. Coyotes get zone entry. Look to play it in the slot. Shot blocked down by Brewer. Big shot block there by the defense of the Bruins. Big shot block there by Brewer. Played near side. Brewer tied up there. Brewer picks it up. Brewer, McDonald been out there a bulk of this penalty kill. Under 10 to go in the kill. Coyotes look to work it across. Picked off there. McCormick, and a save by Beausier as the puck rolls in on net. But that'll get us back to even strength hockey here. 2:23 here to go, second period. Wessel, Jones over the boards. Zeng, Leeser, Zaworski for this defensive zone draw. Zeng here to take the draw. Zeng to take the draw. Puck's played ahead. Picked off by Zaworski. Up ahead to Leeser. Leeser's got Zaworski driving to the net. Leeser on her backhand. Steps around a player. Shot on net. Puck's loose in front and a save by the goaltender. We'll get a cover here. I like that play by Leeser. Move it hard on the backhand. Put the puck far side. Rebound came out. Zeng to take the draw. Back to the point. In the skates of Jones. Picked off there. Zeng. Zeng. Tied up there. And puck comes out to center. Picked up there by Wessel. Wessel fights through a check there. Wessel walks it in. Wessel to the middle. Wessel. She's tied up. Icing's waved off. Jones in on the forecheck. Jones gets her first, plays it ahead to the line, not out. Goes behind the net now. Jones will pick it up there. Plays it ahead to Leeser. Dug out by Zeng. Tied up along the boards. Towards the net. Shot and a save by Beausier. Brewer, McDonald back over the boards along with DeFelice, Tony, and Osborne. Osborne here to take the defensive zone draw. Minute 24 here to go, second period. Osborne wins the draw, back to McDonald. Played far side. DeFelice up ahead to Osborne. Osborne muscled off the puck there. Coyotes come back with it the other way. Played that back into the Bruins zone. Up ahead to Brewer. Brewer played back into the Coyote zone here. Under a minute to go, second period. Puck's tied up there. Played up to the line. Brewer steps up. Osborne goes for a change. It's a 2-on-1 here for the Coyotes coming the other way. Shot, saved by Beausier. McDonald clears the puck out of harm's way. McDonald ties up with a player there. Back to the point. Shot towards the net. That's knocked down. Blocked down there by Beausier. And Losowitz plays it ahead. 2-on-1 the other way for the Bruins. Tony looks to take it wide. DeFelice out into the slot. Bouncing puck though. And we'll get an icing here with, we'll call it 4 seconds to go. So face-off will come back into the Coyote zone here. McCormick, Losowitz, Gray, Jennings, Gostner. Losowitz here to take the draw. Losowitz to take the draw, tied up there. Played in deep, and that's it for 2 periods of play. Ladies and gentlemen, We head to the third period. Bruins with a 1-0 lead. So 15 minutes of hockey left in either team's season. Bruins with the 1-0 lead. On the goal by Layla Brewer from the point. This one's for all the marbles, folks. Great 2 periods of hockey here by your Lady Bruins. You should be proud of them. Probably the best 2 periods of hockey I have seen out of your Lady Bruins all season for games that I have been at. And if I've been there, you've been there with me. .15 here to go. Third period face-off almost underway. Losowitz, McCormick, Gray, Brewer, McDonald. Lady Bruins up on the bench. Losowitz here to take the draw. One there by the Coyotes. Coyotes work it D to D. Up ahead in the zone. Stolen there by Gray. Played into the Bruins zone. Brewer go back there to pick it up. Brewer up ahead, McCormick tied up there. Coyotes get possession. Losowitz forces a player off the puck. Out front, in the slot. McCormick ties it up there, up ahead to Gray. Gray hits the line, 1-on-2. Gray looks to drop. Gray shot. That's blocked down by the Coyote defender. Overskated there in the corner. Out to the point. McDonald 2-on-1 here for the Coyotes coming back the other way. Shot, and wide of the net, and the player goes down. McDonald picks it up there. McDonald up ahead to McCormick. McCormick off her stick. Woo. That was offsides at the line, but we'll play on. McDonald picks it up there. McDonald's tripped up there. And Bruins are going back to the power play. And now, number 34 for the Coyotes picks up an extra, I believe. Okay, they're just going to give her the trip. I thought they gave her the misconduct too. That would be huge with 13:51 to go. The Coyote player would be out for 12 minutes. But they're nice, just give them the 2. Zhang here to take the draw. Zhang, McCormick, Brewer up front. Waiting to get the penalty on the board. Oh, double minor. Double minor, so I think they got the 2 for unsportsmanlike as well. And goes back out the center. Jennings will pick it up there. So one of the better players for the Coyotes will be off for 4 minutes. 4-minute power play for your Bruins. Overskated, held there for a moment. Jennings goes to play it across, fans on it. Shorthanded opportunity here. Big play by Zhang to break that up on the back check. I cannot tell you how great of a play that was. You just saw it with your own eyes. That was an amazing play. McCormick plays it ahead. This is going to be an icing. What a back check by Zhang there. Lays out, sells out the body, swipes it away with the stick on the shorthanded breakaway opportunity there. Player unable to even get a shot on net. 3:15 here to go in the Monarch penalty in your Bruin power play. 13:06 here to go in the game. Face-off won there by the Coyotes. Coyotes tied up along the boards there. Puck comes out. Dug out now by Zaworski. Zaworski to McDonald. McDonald sidesteps one. McDonald shot wide of the net. Zaworski works it back to Gray. Down low. Losowitz back to Gray. Gray shot towards the net. Puck's loose in front. McDonald throws it on net. That's a save by the goaltender. Puck's loose in front. And a save by the Coyote goaltender, who's been really good here this evening. 12:35 here to go, third period. 2:44 to go in your Bruin power play. Gray, Zaworski, Leeser, Losowitz, McDonald out there now. Bruins could use a power play goal. Back to the point. Back to McDonald. McDonald surveys with it, plays it down low. Into the slot, McDonald tries to get a stick on it, but it's stick on stick. Nice defensive play there by the Coyotes, and they'll clear it all the way down. Losowitz will go back to retrieve. Losowitz picks it up there. Losowitz will skate with it now. Losowitz out to center. Has it taken off her stick. Short-handed opportunity here for the Coyotes. Shot the goal. Bruins with a turnover at their own blue line on the power play. Short-handed goal for the Coyotes. They tie it at 1. And that took the wind out of the sails of the Bruins here. It shouldn't. We have 2:15 on the power play. 12:05 here to go. But you can see the reaction on their bench. Broken up there by Jennings. Shot. Blocked down by Jennings. Picked up now Zhang. Zhang near boards. Zhang brings it into the zone. Zhang tries to drop to Gosler. That's broken up by the Coyotes. Back to McCormick at the point. McCormick shot towards the net. That's steered aside by the defense of the Coyotes. And played up and all the way out. Jennings picks it up there. Jennings will set up the Bruins power play. Jennings up ahead. Short-handed opportunity there. Blocker to side by Bozier. Puck's loose in front. Players battling now. And the referee lets them play on. Minute 25 here in the Bruin power play. 11:16 in the period. Gray here to take the draw. And Coyotes try and sneak two players out late. Gray to take the draw. Back to the point. Shot. That goes wide of the net. Picked up there. Losowitz up ahead. Puck's loose in the slot. Picked off there. McDonald. McDonald now up ahead to Gray. 3-on-2 as they hit the line. Gray drops to Losowitz. Losowitz shot. A glove save by the goaltender. As you had Jaws lurking out front, affectionately known as Zaws, as Zaworski was driving to the front of the net. Minute 6 here to go in the Bruin power play. Face off one, back to the line. McDonald, that's knocked down, and puck comes out to center. Losowitz will go back there to pick it up. Losowitz plays to McDonald, near side. McDonald now up ahead to Gray. Gray, 3-on-2. Gray. Zaworski in on the forecheck. Zaworski drops to Leeser. Leeser back to the point. McDonald. McDonald goes across to Losowitz. Losowitz settles it down. Shot on net. Save. Rebound out front by the goaltender, though. Did not handle that one cleanly. Bruins with a chance there. Leeser. Take it off her stick. And Coyotes will come back the other way. Stolen there by McDonald. McDonald enters the zone. McDonald shot. Saved by the goaltender. Big save there by the Coyote goaltender to keep this game tied up. Osborne plays in the zone. Bruins will have to wait, though. Penalty is over now. Played up ahead. Picked up there. Wessel. Has to take it off her stick. Wessel recovers. Coyotes pick it up now. Bring it into the zone. Shot wide of the net. And Wessel breaks it out. 3-on-2 as they hit the line. Wessel. Tied up there along the boards. Osborne tries to dig it out. And puck comes back out to center. Jones breaks that up. Picked up there. Osborne up ahead to Tony. Dug out there by the Coyotes. Coyotes bringing it into the zone now. Onside. Brewer plays it ahead. Tony tied up there. Brewer plays it up and off a body and out. Coyotes come back the other way with it. Broken up there by McDonald. Coyotes get the blue line. They walk it to the middle. Shot. Knocked down. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald up ahead to Gray. Gray drops to McDonald. McDonald tries to go back to Gray. And it's stolen by the Coyotes. Coyotes come back the other way. Hop high and over the net. McCormick over her stick, and McDonald will pick it up. End-to-end hockey here in this third period. Not what we've seen so far this game. Gray tries to walk in. Gray shot. Saved by the goaltender. Puck's loose in front. Nobody can get a stick on it. Puck's loose. And Coyotes are able to dig it out of that mass of humanity in front of the net. They'll come back the other way with it. Broken up there by Gray into the zone. .7:41 here to go, third period. Face-off will be in the Bruins zone. Zhang here to take the draw. Zhang to take the draw. One there by the Coyotes. They'll work it up the near boards. And it looks like Zhang's going to go, or sorry, that's Goster's going to go for a rough. So Monarch to the power play, 7:35 here to go. 2-minute power play for the Coyotes. Zeng, Zaworski, Brewer. Coyotes win the draw. They work it. They'll work it D-to-D at the top of the point. Shot towards the net. That goes wide. Shot. Oh. And I think Zaworski got back just to break that up. As Coyotes looking for a backdoor tap in. Coyotes bring it ahead now. They enter the zone, 2-on-2 as they hit the line. Across, Brewer ties the player up. Shot on net, saved by Bozier, and the referees are going to let them play, which this is playoff hockey, ladies and gentlemen. Let the kids decide the game, not the referees. I have no problem with anything that has gone on so far here this evening. 7:01 here to go. Okay. Wessel out there with McDonald. Puck comes up to the line. Gray, McCormick out there on the kill. Wessel ties up the player. Puck out front. Steered aside by Bozier. And Gray able to clear it all the way down. Good clear there by Gray. McCormick in on the forecheck. Minute 7 in the penalty to go to Gostner. And Coyotes come back the other way to hit the line. 3-on-2. Shot up high and over the net. Wessel with a clear. That goes off the boards. Not out though. Wessel picks it up now, and Wessel able to clear that one. 45 seconds here to go in the kill. 6:15 in the game. Coyotes look to bring it into the zone. Coyotes get zone entry, drops to Donald, and they're offsides at the line, which is actually a break for the Coyotes. Otherwise, McDonald was off to the races, shorthanded. 32 seconds here to go in the kill. 6:06 in the third period. Zhang here to take the draw. Zhang to take the draw, wins it back. Brewer, she's going to clear it all the way down ice. Zaworski in on the forecheck. Zhang steps up. Stolen there by Zaworski. Zaworski tries to play it around a player. Zaworski plays it down low. And puck comes out to center. One last rush here for the Coyotes. Back to even strength now. Bruins player loses their stick. Puck comes through the slot. Shot from a sharp angle. Saved by Bozier. Steered aside by Bozier as they try and come out with it. Played across by the Coyotes. Shot towards the net. That goes wide of Bozier. Zaworski ties up with the player there. Brewer now down low. Zaworski comes in to support. Puck's loose in the slot. And cleared out of harm's way by a Bruin defender. Towards the net, that goes wide. Centered out front, picked up there. Leeser up ahead to Zhang. Bruins unable to clear though. Coyotes are going to come back the other way with it. Zaworski stands a player up at the blue line. Shot towards the net, that goes wide. Bruins need a change here. We got some tired players on the ice. Zhang plays it around behind. Coyotes get possession though. They work it back to the point. Coyotes back to the point. Shot. That goes off a body and wide. Dangerous play there. Bruins are chasing right now. Back to the top of the slot. Shot. That goes wide. Bruins need a change. Shot wide of the net. Bruins need an icing here. Just need to clear the puck out of the zone. Coyotes work it back to the point. Shot off the glove of Bozier. And played to the corner. Leeser go there to pick it up. Held in by the Coyotes. Puck's played across. Loose in the slot. Zaworski picks it up. And Zaworski smartly is going to ice this puck as the Bruins needed a change in the worst way. 3:35 here to go, third period. Bruins were absolutely gassed on that shift. Osborne here to take the draw. Draw one there by Osborne, and the skates at Jones. Whistles have been put away as there was a little check along the boards there. DeFelice ties a player up, picked up there by Osborne, out to center. Almost stolen there by the Coyotes. Wessel jumps up now. Tony plays it back to Jones. Jones. DeFelice up ahead to Tony. Zone exit. Tony goes across to Osborne. Bruins are offside though. They're going to have to touch up there. Coyotes work it near side now. Stolen there. And whistle down for an offsides. All right, 2:47 here to go, third period. Losowitz, McCormick, Gray, McDonald, and Brewer. Losowitz to take the draw. Picked off there, played out to center. Coyotes get it, played into the zone. And that's going to be an icing. Bring the face-off back into the Coyote zone. Big offensive zone draw here for your Bruins with 2:38 to go, tied at 1. Losowitz, McCormick, Gray, McDonald, Brewer. Losowitz again to take the draw. And we got a Coyote player getting kicked out of the circle here. Losowitz to take the draw. Tied up there. Coyotes dig it out. Held into the zone. I think that was out, but we'll play on. Back to the point. McDonald able to hold. McDonald plays it in deep, but is not going to chase here. In a 1-1 game, stolen by Gray. Gray tries to center out front to Losowitz. Back to the point. On the stick of McDonald now. McDonald goes across to Brewer. Brewer shot. Blocked out on the way to the net by the Coyote defender. Now puck comes back out the center, picked up there. McDonald tripped up there. And we're going to call it offsides. So Gray in just a hair early there. Otherwise, I think we might have got the trip, but Gray was in early. Losowitz, McCormick, Gray, a minute 56 here to go. McDonald plays it in deep. Coyotes will go back there to pick it up. Coyotes play it ahead now. Puck rolls in, wide of Bozier. Brewer picks it up. Brewer up the near boards. Coyote defense activating early there. McDonald leaves behind for Gray. Gray picks it up now. Gray up ahead to Losowitz to the line. Held in there by the Coyotes. That rolls in on Bozier, and Bozier will cover with a minute 25 here to go, third period. You can cut the tension in this room with a knife right now, ladies and gentlemen. Zeng to take the draw. Tied up there, played behind. Jennings leaves there for Gostner. Gostner up ahead to Leeser. Leeser outlets to Zeng. Coyotes played in the zone. Coyotes shot, saved by Bozier off the mask. Gostner gets knocked down there. Coyotes work it back to the blue line, and puck comes out of the zone. Coyotes will spin with it now, though. Gostner breaks it up. In the skate of the Bruin player, Zaworski, and puck comes out to center. Zaworski's going to go for a hook. I don't know. The refs have put their whistles away here in the third period. Now they decide to pull them out. Sorry, guys. Let the kids decide the damn game. Gray, McCormick, Brewer, McDonald. 38.9 seconds here to go. And face-off won there by the Bruins. McDonald picks it up. McDonald to the line, not out, held in there. Shot towards the net, saved by Bozier. McCormick along the boards, ties it up. McCormick trying to kill as much time as you can. Coyotes play it out behind. Coyotes shot from a sharp angle. Saved by Bozier. Coyotes shot again. And a save by Bozier. 12.5 seconds here to go. Minute 34 to go in the Monarch power play. So if we go to overtime, we'll play a little 4-on-3 overtime here. Gray to take the draw, back to the point. Shot, gloved and held by Bozier. 8.7 here to go, third period. Gray going to take this important defensive zone draw for your Bruins. Gray wins the draw. Back behind the net. Burr plays it on the near boards. And Gray is able to clear it. So we'll head to overtime, guys. Again, I don't like that call. I'll voice my displeasure with it. I let the kids decide the game. Didn't take away a scoring opportunity. Kind of a weak hook with the whistles that have been called so far this game. Call it consistent, guys. That's all I ask out of Stripes. But minute 22 in the penalty to Zaworski. We got a 5-minute overtime. Normally it'd be 3-on-3. It's going to be 4-on-3 here as Monarch will have the power play for this overtime session to start. We're hoping the Bruins can kill it off. All right, back here for the third period. Sorry, we have overtime. Oh, Lord. Bonus hockey here. Bruins will be shorthanded here to start this overtime. Gray, McDonald, Jennings out there now to start this kill. Gray to take the draw. All right, we'll sync up the clock. We're at like 4:48 here. Coyotes get the zone. Coyotes towards the middle. Puck goes through the slot. Back to the top of the circles. Gray forces a player wide. Back into the top of the slot. Walks in. Shot. Saved by Bozier. Big save there by Bozier. 4-on-3 penalty kill. Bozier standing tall so far. 40 seconds here to go in the kill. Played ahead. Stolen there by McDonald. McDonald has to take it off her stick. Otherwise, she was off to the races the other way. Shot. Saved by Bozier. Blocked, or that might have been blocked on the way to the net by Jennings. Shot. Knocked down on the way to the net. And Bruins are going to go for another penalty here. You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me, guys. Let the kids decide the game, not Stripes. So Bruins are going to have to kill a 5-on-3 now here. Zeng to take the draw. Controlled there by Wessel. Puck's played out of the zone. Bruins will get one back here in 10 seconds. Played up ahead off the skate of McCormick. McCormick in on the forecheck. McCormick's tied up there. Will play on. 2-on-1 here for the Coyotes. McDonald ties up Wessel. Wessel picks it up now. Wessel plays it to the line. Not out. And now Wessel's able to clear. Minute 25 here to go. A power play time for the Coyotes. Stolen there by McDonald. McDonald trying to get the shorty. Shot on net. A save by Bozier. 3:05 here to go in the first overtime session. A minute 12 here in the Bruin penalty kill. Bruins able to clear off kill the 5-on-3. We're back to 5-on-4 for a minute 12. We're 4-on-3 now. That's right, because there's a whistle, so we're 4-on-3. Centered out front, in the slot. Shot up high and over the net. Wessel tries to play it ahead. Loses an edge there, though. Coyotes keep possession. They drop it near side. Coyotes have a player looking backdoor. Picked off there by Wessel, though. And Wessel's able to clear it all the way down. 35 seconds here to go in the Bruin penalty kill. 2:24 here to go in the overtime session. Losowitz off the bench now. 4-on-3 hockey. 2-on-2 as they hit the line. And Coyotes are offsides as they hit the line. 25 seconds here to go in the kill. 2:17 here to go in the overtime session. Zaworski, Gosler, McDonald. Saws to take the draw. Saws tries to push it ahead. Zaworski now. Zaworski taking off the puck. 2-on-1 coming the other way as McDonald stepped up. Pass across. Broken up by the stick of McDonald. McDonald coming back the other way with Zaworski. Taking off her stick. And McDonald picks it up now. McDonald has to take it off her stick. We're back to 4-on-4 hockey. Shot. That goes wide of the net. Gosler back there to pick it up. Gosler plays it ahead to the line. Not out. Held in there by the Coyotes. Picked up there by McDonald. And McDonald at the end of a shift needed a change. So we'll take an icing here. Minute 36 here to go in the first overtime session. Bruins managed to kill off a 5-on-3 plus additional power play time. Gray, McCormick, and Jennings out there now. Gray here to take the draw, 3-on-3. One by the Coyotes, walked into the slot, shot, and a goal. No, it cannot end like this. Coyotes win in overtime. As a player gets loose from the face-off, walks it into the slot, buries it. Coyotes win 2-1, overtime. Your Lady Bruins season ends. I know there's going to be a lot of tears. I know there's going to be a lot of heartache, but your Lady Bruins played probably the best game I have seen them play all season, ladies and gentlemen. They fall here tonight to the Coyotes, 2-1. that's gonna do it for the season, guys. Way Sue. I'll be back next season.